Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ju from Happiness and Crafting. So today I'm going to show you how to make the multi-flip down pocket with the Christmassy one. So this is the one that I did before in the other video, and this one was a little bit different to this one. It's a little bit more complicated because I sort of like made it up as I went along, but you've asked if I could show you how to do it, so I'm going to give it a go if I can remember. I've got a few pieces here. Now let me just show you how it is if you've not seen it. It's a multi-pocket, and what I've done, I've just popped it with some Velcro, so as it flips down like this, you've got different little pockets in there, and I've held it together with some little bits of Velcro here, and they've got sort of like little pockets. These ones are a little bit smaller, a little bit thinner, so they're great for sort of like putting little bookmarks and stuff in, and they just flip down and hold it together with the Velcro, and you've got little pockets. And this is a double pocket, and this one I've just popped a little journal in there, so I think they make great little gifts, especially I'm not doing it in Christmas paper. I'm going to do it in the with a touch of lace paper, because I've got a couple of little journaling cards in there as well, but I thought this was really pretty, so I'm going to attempt to show you how to do this one. I've got a few pieces ready. Now I've got some little strips of paper which are about 1 inch wide, and then I've just folded them in half. Now that's going to be for attaching them together here, like that. So I've got a few of those, and then I've also got a concertina one which I've just taken another, it's about 1.5 inches, this piece of paper, so I've just folded it in half sort of, and then folded these pieces back on each other, so you've got the little concertina bit, because that's going to be for our little pocket bit here, to hold that in. Okay, and then I've got some of these to make some little pockets on the actual pockets. So I have taken some of my papers. I've got two of the blank, not the blank ones, two of the backing ones. I've got this one which is the sort of like collage one, and then this collage one I have just cut in half like that. And then I found this little spare piece for making a little pocket as well. Now I've already scored them, and what I've done, the same way as I scored the other ones, which is, let me turn it this way, I folded it in half like that, and I've scored down here, and I've left a tiny little gap here. Okay, so then that just folds over, and then we stick that down. So you can just fold it in half and then just leave a little gap, and then you can just fold that over like that. So on the scoreboard, I think this was, because my scoreboard's not very good, I did sort of like 5 little notches, which are roughly about 1.5 centimeters, and then I measured it again, scored down about 16 centimeters, and then just folded it over. So I've done that on 3 of them, so that one and that one, and then these ones I have just folded it in half, just roughly, like not in half, and then did exactly the same. So just score it, so you've got like 1 centimeter or so there. So we have got 2 of those and 1 of those. So you can have as many pockets as you wanted to in it. So to start with, I'm going to make this little one here, which is the front one. So that is just 1 pocket completely like that. So I'm going to show you how to do that one. So I'm going to do it with this piece. So this one's got some lace on the top, so I want that to sort of show. I'm going to fold that down there, and then we just want to glue it together, so it's quite simple. So if you watched the other one on this one here, it's just the same as popping those little pouches together. So we're just going to glue this down like this, a little bit of glue down the sides, and then stick this down. So quite simple. So that's the first one, and what we are going to do, like we did on the other one, we're going to bend this up from the bottom like that, not so it goes right to the top, so you've got sort of like 1.5 inches or something, and that just folds down. So then that's your 2 little pockets, and this piece here is where we're going to pop the little sort of like gussety bit in there. Now I want to make 2 little circles here under here, so you can take things in and out, but I'm going to make them a little bit bigger. I'm going to do them the same as this bit at the top, because these are a little bit too small, I think. So I wanted to make them just a little bit bigger. So what I am going to do, I'm just going to take the inside of my tape. I'm going to get my little pencil, so let's just see, make sure we can get that sort of like in the middle. If you've got a big hole punch, you can use that. I'm going to just take that. Now what I want to do is just, does that look level? Not very. Let me just try that again. Let's just rub that out. My rubber doesn't really want to rub out. That's a bit better. I think what's happened, it's dried out because it's very, very hot in here. It's dried out a little bit. So let's just, I think that looks a little bit better. So make a little circle there, and then we'll do it on the top one, so we can just sort of roughly the same place. Oops. You don't want too much pencil mark on there, because I want to use this little circle that we cut out, because what I've done, I've popped it onto the back so it looks like a whole piece, but if you look, I've just stuck that piece on the back like that, sort of fill it in so you don't have a blank piece behind it. So let's see if we can cut it off nice and tidy. Now you can do this before you stick them together if you wanted to. So just, which might be a little bit easier. Make sure I'm in view there. So I think I must have cut it before I stuck them together. Let's just cut this around. Not by making it look very easy, am I? So what we want to do then is just pop there. Let's get rid of the pencil marks. Take your glue, like that. Pop it down and then stick it on like that, and then that is glued to the back. Not very level, not very tidy, but let's just ink that little bit up there. But you get the gist of what I'm doing, I'm sure. So there we go. So then we want to do the back one. Doesn't look very straight, but let's do this one. I think I will do this before I glue the pieces together. There we go. Let's just ink this up. So take our piece of paper, let's rub the pencil marks out. Put some glue on. And then stick this down. Like that. Oops. Lovely. So then we have the little backing on it, so that looks really nice. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the little concertina piece, whatever I've done with it, which is this piece. Now this is just a scrap piece that I had in there left over. So what we want to do is just pop that in there like that, and I'm just going to mark it here for where I want to cut it off. Like then this piece just sticks in, oopsie daisy, in there, like that, and that will just open up. And then we want to do the other side. I think I want the flower. Let's have the flower in there. Mark it off, and then we can just cut that down and have it this way. Doesn't really matter. So we're going to glue this down. Into here, right up to the edge. Make sure it's on the edge there. Same with this one. And here. And stick that down. And then what we want to do is glue down here. Oops, and this one. And then just stick this, make sure they're in place. Push them down and stick that on top of each other. Just like that. And then we have 3 little pockets. We've got a pocket there, and a pocket there. So that's the pocket that I popped the little journal in. And then you've got the little side gussety bits in there. So that's the first one. Now I want to, let me just pop the lid on there because it tends to dry up really quickly. Now I'm going to get the other one of these because this is the one I would like to pop on. Now, what I'm going to do, actually, I might use this one as the back because I quite like this paper. So let's do the same. I've already scored them. So I'm just going to fold this up before I glue it because I'm going to use that as the whole page for the back. I'm going to, what did I do with that tape? There we are. Let's just pop this in. Let's try and get all this level. So let's pop that there like that. Make our little hole. Let's open it up. I think it will be a little bit easier. Around. Perfect. And I'm going to just ink that. Put that to the one side so we don't lose it, and then we just need to glue this together. Perfect. A little bit of glue on here. And I'm going to stick that down there. Lovely. Perfect. So that's the back and that's the front. Okay, so that's a lovely big pocket at the back. So now we need to just fill in between. So what I'm going to do, I've got a couple more of the little ones. Now I'm going to make these up first. Let's do the little holes. It doesn't matter on these because these are smaller and they're going to go sort of like in between. So I'm going to just do that on here. get it around. Same, little bit of ink on here. Glue it together. Okay, so there we go. They are all done now. So I'm going to actually cut some of them down because they're a little bit too long, I think. So that one can go on, and then I'm going to put this on and these on, because these ones are going to sort of like go on like this. Maybe I'll put that one in the middle. So they can go like that. So just sort of like do it how you think you would like it. Okay, you don't have to follow me exactly, but you need to not have it too low, because that's got to be in the back of the bottom one. That one can be up, so it's really sort of like just eyeballing it a little bit. Like that. That comes up, and then the front one has to be in line obviously with the back. So what I need to do is mark this off here, because that's where I would like to cut this one off. A little cutter. So this is definitely a lot more work than the other one. So that sits on the bottom like that. And then I'm going to have this one next, which I'm going to try and get as high as I can. So that one will be there. Chop this little bit off. So that will be there. We can have this one in the middle, so we just want sort of like about there. Where's the end? That goes there, and then we can have this one like that, and then that one. Perfect. So then we need to cut that one off just there. Perfect. Lovely. So I'm going to pop these on. Now I need to just glue these bottom pieces up as well. So that can go on the back, that one can go on there, and then that one can go on there. Just make sure we have it on here properly. And then that's our little flip down, so then they just flip down like that. Perfect. So I can't remember how I did the bottom of these. I must have just glued them up. So I'm going to take my glue, just one a bit. Now you could probably even sew these together if you want, you had your sewing machine. I'm just going to run a little bit of glue down there, just to close our pockets up. And on here. One, little ones. Okay, if you've got some little envelopes, you could always use envelopes to do this. I have seen people do a similar sort of thing with envelopes, but I just wanted them to have the pretty papers on these. So, and this one's already done, so we don't need to do that. So you need to now add one of these. So this, get one of your little pieces of paper that you folded in half, and we are going to stick this on here. So we need to measure this so it is the right length. So we shall chop that up there. Just going to do that with my scissors. Bit of glue. Down here. Like that, and just see how we're doing for time. Okay, not too bad. Okay, and then a little bit of glue on here. And then we're going to stick this one on top like that. So it's all nice and level. And then this just opens up like that. And then we're going to do the same with this one. So which one did we have? I'm going to do the same with this one. So now this is a little bit different on here. I can remember how I did it before. We need to stick this onto this one, I think. Now let me see, how did I do this? I think I popped it onto this one first, because you need to sort of cut this one. I'm going to stick this. This is what happens when I make it up as I go along. I have to remember how I did it. So I'm going to stick this onto here. Like that. I'm going to stick that one onto there, like that. So I need to just measure this. Just glue this bit here. Stick that on. So we're all level. Okay, let me just redo my camera a minute. Okay. So then that comes down. Now I need to cut this piece here. I'm going to have to use my smaller scissors, I think. Let's just turn this over. So then this is independent to that. Okay. Then I have to put this one on here like that. I believe that's what I did. I need to have a check. Let's have a look. So that one I put on there, and then I attached that one like that. Okay. So what I might do actually is pop this one onto here. I think would probably be easier. Pop that one onto there. Oh no, I can't. I'm gonna have to make this one. Oh, let's put that one onto this side then. And then I'll put that one on there. So I'm going to attach this piece to here. So that will go on there. Show a level. And that's independent to that one. There we go. And then I can just pop this one, I think, in the middle. So what we need then is just, oh, that would fit, wouldn't it? This piece will stick on here, like this. Stick on there. Oops. And then this piece can stick on there. Perfect. A little bit of glue on there. Okay. So that flips down, that one flips down, and that one flips down. Lovely. Now I have to pop this one on to here then. And I'm going to take another piece and I'm going to glue this onto this piece, I think. Let's glue this onto here. Would help if I cut it to the right size. Glue this on. This has to glue down, but I want that to be glued onto this piece. So I'm going to just glue here. And stick that piece down. Like that. I haven't got very level at the bottom there. A bit better. So that comes down, that goes on there, and then I just need to trim these pieces up. So this is why I made the one which was a little bit easier, as you can probably see, just folding the pieces of paper over. That comes down. Just tidy it up. Like that. Perfect. loving it. So that comes down, that one comes down, that one comes down, and it just flips down like that, which is lovely. Okay, so that's all done. So now we want to do is make some little pockets on here. So I thought we could have, I'm going to do the front first. Let's get all these little bits and pieces out the way. So I've got my little journaling cards that come in with the this kit. And I thought we could put a nice one on the front. Is that going to be a bit too big? Not really, is it? Might even put maybe just a little bit of this just along the bottom like that, I think. Just wrinkle it up just to cover up this little bit here. So I'm going to put a little bit of this glue on, which is Fabri-Tac in here. I know sometimes I say 3 in 1 because I decanted it into the bottle because of my got all my glue bottles were all leaking when they arrived, so I had to take them out and put them in something else. Just squash these up like that. Bit more here, I think. Stick that down and pop that over the top, so that looks so nice, doesn't it? And then we'll have another little pocket there. So let's just stick a little bit of Fabri-Tac on the bottom, and I'm just going to use this on the sides because it sticks better, I think, for paper to paper. And the Fabri-Tac's on the bottom because it's got the seam binding on there to stick onto. So I'm going to stick that down. Like that. So then we have a lovely little pocket in there. Let's see, I've got all these lovely bits and pieces here, which I think would probably look quite nice if we had a little bit of these on the top. Now, a lot of my trim, like especially this rose trim, you ask me all the time where I get it from. So I do add the link onto my Etsy shop, not my Etsy shop, the Amazon storefront. So if you go to my Amazon storefront, there's a link at the bottom or under the video. You will see the link there. So, or it's in my Amazon shop storefront, so you can have a look at that, or you can purchase it off AliExpress. It depends how quickly you want it. Obviously buying it from Amazon will be a little bit quicker because, as you know, AliExpress takes a long time, and I'm not sure whether there's lots of custom fees at the moment. That looks really pretty, doesn't it? So then we've got that, so we can open this up and then we can pop something. Let's have a look what we've got here. We could pop this little one here, and we could have a little side pocket. I might just leave that one and pop that one on there. That would look really nice. I might just do a tiny little hole punch here. Circle punch. Now I've cut these out. I printed these onto the 250 GSM paper for the little pockets here, or the little journaling cards, because they're a little bit stiffer, and I printed this onto 120 gram paper. these pockets here. I didn't realise that was in it. I normally print on 160, but I did print on 120 and I think they came out fine. And stick that on there as a little pocket, which is nice. So that comes down, that can come down, and I think we will have sort of like couple of little pockets on here. I absolutely love this one. I think that is just so pretty. So let's just pop a little notch in here just to show that it is a pocket, and in this one. A bit of ink in there and in there. So let's pop this one on first. Like that. So there is not three in one. There is tacky glue in my little bottle here with a little bit of water just to dilute it so it's not so thick. Put that on there, and I'm just going to pop that one just off to the side a little bit. A couple of little double pockets, but again you can just embellish these however you like. Lots of pockets and tucks, and just have it there. Which I think looks really pretty. So let's see if we can put any of this on here as well. I'll just pop a little bit down there. I'll have it along there. Chop that off. A little bit of glue. Try around, there we go. So that looks really pretty. I'm not sure whether I want anything on there. I think that looks really nice because I like the collage of that. So I think I'm going to just leave it like that. So that's got a couple of pockets in. That one flips up, that one flips up, and that flips up, and then we've got that to flip up, and I think that looks really pretty. So again, you can add all sorts of little bits. I think I will just add a couple of these little bits here and there like we did on the last one, because I think it looks really pretty. Should we have it this side? I think. Let's have a little bit of cheesecloth. Let me find my cheesecloth wherever it is. Right beside me. Here it is. Just cut this off. There's my glue stick. I will have to have fabric tack. I know what I've done with my glue stick. Just stick you there. A little bit of glue. So again, you can just embellish these however you like. Let's have another little bit of this. I do adore my rose trim. Let's have a little bit down here. And again, you can't forget, you can pop the little bits of the journal jewellery on here like we did on this one, which would look pretty on there as well, wouldn't it? So that looks nice, doesn't it? Stick that on there. Let's have a couple of these. Where's the end of it gone? There we are. So these can go. let's just these either side. Quite sure which way round they go. Oopsie daisy. Squash those down. They're going to stick. Maybe it'll be easier to put this down instead. On there, like that. So I think these look so pretty, and then again you can just fill them up with whatever you like to pop inside. What else have we got? Let's pop another little bit. Maybe we will have, what should we have on here? Either side, 2, 4, 6, if it's 7, 2, 4, 6. I like to have an odd number. I think it looks a little bit better when you've got an odd number to an even number for some reason. So let's stick that side, and this one can go the other side. Like that. Oops. Perfect. So you could just keep going and going and going. So I think I'm going to leave it like that for decoration for now. So now I'm going to add the little, here we go, the little Velcro dots now to keep these pages in place. Now I'm going to do the first one. Let's just do it. I'm going to do it on the edges here. So I'm going to stick the first one. These are just little Velcro dots. I believe I've got these in the Amazon storefront, so you can take a look at those as well. So just take 2 together. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stick on the back first and then stick that down. And then let's lift this up. Take that off. Stick that on there and stick that down. Put that on there. Ooh, doesn't really matter. Pop that one just there, and then I think I will probably pop it on that one, or should I pop it on that one? Should really attach it to here, shouldn't I? Oh, they are very sticky, so let's just pop that on the back onto there. And there we go, and that's what holds it all together. Like on this one we had the little clip to hold them all together, but again you could always use a Velcro if you didn't have any little bulldog clips. But that's it. So then what you do, just unflips on each one, if you can remember which side you put them all. That comes off, that comes down, that comes down, and there we go. And you can hardly see them at all, and then you can just fill them up. You can embellish this a little bit more if you wanted to. That sticks on there, that sticks on there, that sticks on there, and then that one sticks on there. So there we go, and then you can just make all sorts of little bits. So these are perfect. That would be lovely as a little birthday present, wouldn't it? You could put all sorts of little tokens or anything inside, little birthday card or a little birthday journal in there, which is beautiful. So there we go, guys. That's how you make that one. A little bit more time and effort, a little bit more complicated than we did on this one, which is, I'll pop the link to this one because it's on excuse me, It's a lot easier than this one is, but you wanted to show me how to, you wanted me to show you how to do it, so that's it. So I hope you could understand. A little bit more complicated, but it's fun, and I think it looks really, really nice. And then look, we've got these little cards you can pop inside, all the ones that I had left over. So thank you so much for joining me. I'll pop a link to the kit underneath. I'll pop a link to the other little pocket book underneath as well. And there we go. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please take care, stay safe, and I will see you all soon. Okay, bye bye.